Hello, good morning. Once again, we will continue our lecture. This time, we will explore the various reasons ano ang mga entrepreneurs mag-start og business, no? So, reasons for deciding to start a business. Based lang sa panel survey. You know what panel survey is? Observing the same group of individuals over time, and then they come up with 44 motivations. Then kining 44 motivations group into 5. One is non-monetary or non-pecuniary. Non-pecuniary means non-monetary. Generate income, realize good business idea, and lack of options. This was conducted by Horse and Pugsley. Horse and Pugsley in 2011. No? Horse and Pugsley in 2011. And then, muna lang mga findings. No? Muna lang mga findings. Okay. Huge majority of small entrepreneurs or small businesses, wala sila intention pag-innovate or pag-expand sa ilang operation. And they intend to stay at the same, at their current size and range. Okay? So, wala intention to innovate or expand. Katong mga gagmay, no? Mga gagmay nga entrepreneurs. Explainable man na siya kay siyempre gamay, so gamay kapital. Dayon, bisag gamay sa kapital, pero ang benefits nga non-monetary, dako, sample ka ng job satisfaction, fulfillment, independence and autonomy, etc. Kanang gitawag ni mo mga extrinsic, no? Mga extrinsic reward, dako man kaayo. Pwede man kay kahago. Whereas katong na income nagkupo kayo, no? So these are the 5 motivations, group of motivations according to me. And then another finding is for non-monetary motives, okay, for non-monetary motives, the most frequent reasons for creation of muna siya ang pinagkakon kasagara yung mga non-monetary motives are the most frequent reasons in the creation of a new business. Now, remember, kani nga studies are not standardized. Dili maguni siya standardized nga questionnaire. For example, ang Kuratko et al. Example ani ha. Nag-employ siya 4-factor structure of goal statements. Pero sa ubang studies, labi na sa standardized, dili lang 4-factor structure, daghan kaayo. No? Daghan kaayo ang kuan. Naiuban gikan sa from employee to non-employee. From employee, nag-shift paingon sa entrepreneurship. So, actually, daghang kaayo, dili kay 4 factors lang ang involved sa goal sa entrepreneurs. Okay? Walay labot diha ang personal as well as parental influence. No? Social influence, wala na siya gi-appeal. Pero anyway, upat ka, these are example of studies in entrepreneurs nga matawag na mong non-standardized. Ikaduha, okay, ang mga non-monetary reasons are not well documented in the literature. Wala na sa literature gikayo ang mga non-pecuniary kasagara yun. Pecuniary monetary value yun ang gatanahon. Alright. And then, let's move. Unsa may mga goals sa entrepreneur? These are the following goals, no? Okay. Muna, entrepreneurial goals. In other words, dili lang pecuniary. Napay mga non-pecuniary goals or benefits nga facing the entrepreneurs, no? For their companies. Okay? This was observed by Horst and Pugsley in 2011 research. And then those who are driven by non-pecuniary benefits, wala intention kayo mag-innovate. No? Wala intention pag-expand sa ilang market share. Sa karagina na, kontento na sila sa ilang kadakuan. Dayon dili na sila kontento nga magpadako pagyod. No? Tanto, they are contented with their size and limited lugar nga range. Alright? And then in 2000, another study conducted by Bide, no? By Bide, and then Ardagna and Losa Verde in 2010. Nakita nila nga ang mga fast-growing firms or companies which connect the actions and behaviors of founders. So makita nimo nga ang action o behavior sa mga founder are related to their company's growth. Sa ato pa makita nimo nga kini mga fast growing companies, it's because of the action and behaviors of the founders. This is quite different from the previous findings. Nakita na to nga may mga entrepreneurs nga they are driven by their pecuniary benefits. This time, it's more on growth-oriented, no? Mudako gid ang negosyo. Munang study ni Bide. In general, makita nimo nga ang average earning sa entrepreneurial, no? Sa entrepreneurs, ilang average earning also vary. Katong naa sa mga rural area, so para sa ila higher kayo ang ilang higher ilang kita. The earning rate is higher. Although there are only very few, only 14% of the entrepreneurs. And much more smaller compared sa mga high income groups, no? Mga high income groups. Okay, usually katong naman sa syudad, no, kan mga high income areas makita nimo na sa dili mga ning syudad, dili na siya mga rural areas. And then 66% are in poor lands. Usually dili na siya mga layo na siya sa rural areas. And then 22% from high income nations. So you see, makita nimo nga ang rate of entrepreneurial earning vary according to the area of which they are or they operate. In other words, makita nimo nga ma-generalize nimo nga ang entrepreneurs are driven by opportunity. They are opportunity oriented, and because of this is very well explanatory ni siya, no, sa economic growth. Opportunity-oriented entrepreneurs can be taken as responsible for driving economic growth. So, muna itong generalization makita, no? In other words, the more gitawag nimo og widespread ang entrepreneurial distribution, the better. Pagkadako ang economic growth. Right? Okay, then another study by Hamilton in 2000 he found out that entrepreneurs have both lower initial earnings and lower earnings growth, okay, than paid employment. Katong mga self-employed nga mga entrepreneurs, mga self-employed, mga ginaya, no? Duha, gamay ilang earnings, bisag gamay ang ilang growth. Napoy, taas og earning, taas po growth. In other words, ang earnings sa entrepreneur will depend sa ilang goals. Okay? Kung taas ang ilang earning, that means they are striving for growth. Kung gamay lang earning, that means gamay ang ilang growth. Ano? So, seemingly there is a positive correlation between growth and entrepreneurial earnings, right? So, although Hamilton also concluded nga doon ay mga non-pecuniary, okay, sa mga entrepreneurs na mga non-pecuniary benefits. Ako lang nang i-mention sa inyo, unsa man yung mga non-pecuniary benefits sa pagtrabaho. Sa teaching, for example, mga non-pecuniary benefits is knowledge. No, you're able to contribute to humanity, to your students. Knowledge or wisdom nga magamit nila sa ilang career. In other words, you are looking at the the psychic level, no, the psychic level. Wala ka mo tanaw sa wala ka mo tanaw sa extrinsic reward, itanaw ka sa intrinsic reward. No, mga personal satisfaction sa job, mga fulfillment, etc., etc., independence and autonomy, etc., etc. Makita niyo mo na siya, no? Nga nay entrepreneurs nga driven sa income or necessity, napoy entrepreneurs nga driven sa opportunity, and they are both therefore pecuniary and non-pecuniary benefits in entrepreneurial endeavor. Another study, this is conducted by Moskowitz. It sounds Russian, no? Hindi rin Balkan states, dito rin makita sa Europe, Moskowitz and Bissing-Jorgensen in 2002. They found out that investment in private businesses is extremely concentrated. In other words, there are only very few private businesses, unya non-diversified ang mga produkto o services nga gi-provide. Mamaura, no, dili siya differentiated. Dayon ang returns of investment is more or less comparable sa mga public equity. So ay conclusion nila ang conclusion ni Moskowitz o Bissing-Jorgensen, ilang conclusion is that ang private enterprise or households will invest in large substantial amount in privately held firms. Bisag gamay ilang return. More galing ilang return. Why? Because of non-pecuniary benefits. Munang skewed to the left rather, ang ilang So, kung taas ilang mga non-pecuniary benefits, is it likely nga mo survive ang negosyo? Probably yes, mo survive siya, no? Because of non-pecuniary reason. So, ang survival probability may be more or less the same. Okay? Because of personal growth, control of one's destiny, dayon tolerance, sense of purpose, mga job satisfaction, mga intrinsic reward. nga kinahanglan kay naagi na siya. Muna itong findings nga kung ang mag-entrepreneur ka duha gina paignan pecuniary benefits or non-pecuniary benefits. In other words, kinahanglanong gini mo ang mga non-pecuniary benefits are necessary in developing entrepreneur. Right? So kung i-develop yung mga entrepreneur, importante gidiha ang mga non-pecuniary benefits. Okay? And then entrepreneur sacrifice income or earn less for non-pecuniary benefits. Pero kanin bitong siya, dili kani siya. There is less number of studies that can be found in literature. So kinahanglan siya isubsub pag siya nga research ato pag subsubon. Dayon dako ang sample size. Dayon dili lang sa European countries. Globally. Mao man siya ang kuan. Galing lang kay kining research good is very expensive mga kayo. Pero so far, muna mga findings nga mga non-pecuniary benefits are also important, no? Para sa mga entrepreneurs. Of course, tao ko na entrepreneur, di ba? Now, ang literature nag-divide sa entrepreneurs into two. So, kung imong i-summarize, duha ka klaseng entrepreneur. Growth motivated, those who are looking for opportunity and innovate, and those that are driven, necessity driven entrepreneurs. Those who are opening up a new business because probably lisod kayo ang pagpanarbaho, no? The options are very thin. Gamay kayo ang magpanarbaho. Usually, wala yung mga grado siguro, wala yung mag-college. O siguro limited ang ilang skills. O probably nagdako sila sa non-skilled work. Na sila sa non-skilled works dayon. Nagbaka sakali nga siguro dinito mo asenso sa pagka-entrepreneur, no? And then another study in Bergo-Voigt in 2005, they found that the goals and attitudes of entrepreneurs are determinants of strategic and entrepreneurial behavior. So, this is one thing nga imong analyze nga ang attitude sa entrepreneur kung ang iyang mga goals are actually determinants of entrepreneurial behavior, and therefore it will affect the economy. It will affect the economy. So kung tanaw nimo ang kuhan, ang China karon, number one man China, di ba niagi sila cultural revolution? Muna ang Taiwan karon nga Kuomintang group, ang Kuomintang group na sa Taiwan karon kung